Hi guys, so in this video, I just want to make another video about like how did I increase my running endurance so fast in just only like matter of 5 years, right? Yeah, you know that 5 years is a long time, right? It's not short time, it's a long time, but I do want to make an apology that a lots of noise in the background, like the gardeners like doing their noise thing, and also I just want to make an apology that I won't be uploading not a lot of view because I am extremely busy with school, and I just want to yeah, I have a lots of work to do. And yeah, sorry, it's kind of loud there, so I have to like close the the blind or shutter because that's where a lot of noise came from, and hopefully it doesn't bother you that much. Yeah, so sorry about that for the noise, man. But yeah, I have to make a video right now is because because I won't have a lot of opportunity to make it. And I decided to make this video because for the past like few days or weeks you wonder like why I have not been uploading, stop uploading, right? Well, maybe because I'm losing subscribers, and obviously people find that, oh, my this channel is just not interesting, and I better make it interesting because I better talk about like how do I increase my running endurance by like so many times, like how do I increase it so fast, right? Or how do you run so long? And people may ask me like, yet I honestly, do you know how much running endurance did I increase in 5 years? 4 times as much, right? Yes, so my running endurance has gained from from 100% to like 5 years later to 400%. Like how that increased by 4 times? People ask me like, I think like before you like watch the entire video, you probably like comment below say, did you dope, or did you like cheat, or did you like fake GPS your watch again? Like they ask like all sorts of like cheating questions because I know that running is tough for a lot of people, right? Who join track or whoever don't join track. Like yeah, running is kind of tough. For some people, but maybe for some of you who professional runner, like you're probably used to it, right? I mean, yeah, man. And that's the crazy part about this, man. The crazy part is that I never joined track team. I never got coached. I mean, I did look on internet like how to run longer and how to like hold your stamina longer, and that's pretty much I did. I typically like run by myself, right? I did run in a race, like a few months back, back in Pleasanton, and yeah, like I ran faster is mainly because possibly because of lighter, and also because I keep practicing, right? I think that's like there's like three biggest reason of how did I increase my running endurance, right? If I explain you all three reasons, then I'll go over the timeline of like how do I keep track of my pace, right? And every year it gets a little bit faster because I practice like almost every single days, ever since like 2018, right? Yeah, I mean this is a crazy part. Like yeah, so I think like let me name you like one big main reason of like why I started running a lot faster comparing like yeah, 5 years ago is like that's like me like being like a sophomore in high school, right? Sophomore or junior in high school, right? Well, it's toward end 2019, so I was a junior, like 5 years ago, right? That's that's the year, that's my worst running year, and I didn't practice much and gained weight, and also I was very slow at that time. So how do I run so much faster than comparing to before? One, because of your confidence, right? Your confidence is the key, man. Like if you don't have confidence, then you're not gonna be successful in life, right? I've been very confident. I've been very determined, and I have really good momentum. Like all of that factor. That if you keep believing yourself, that you keep wanting to try harder and harder, and you focus well, then into that category very well, then you're probably gonna run a lot faster. Your productivity is gonna increase, and you just have to set a goal, right? if you know your pace, then just set it a little higher and then you're probably going to run a little faster, right? Yes, building up your confidence, right? And two, like how do I increase my running doors, just without, running with people, or I mostly run by myself, right? That's the crazy part. Sometimes, there's a few people around, but sometimes it does help me get a little faster. And second of all, how do I run faster? Just being, I think there's like some reason, right? Maybe 3 or 4 reasons, like getting smarter, right? Getting smarter. So yes, I typically run in the mornings, or run whenever the weather is very good and stuff, and know how to like handle my body very well, and take care of it, right? Yeah, the key thing is that I'm getting smarter, right? Yeah, that's how I run longer distance, right? When you're smarter, you hold your pace. You start holding your pace, right? And also I use my Garmin watch. I have a form, Garmin watch, right? It always, keeps track of my pace, where I'm slowing down or not. And then, third of all is that I've been practicing a lot more than did when I'm in high school, right? So I wonder, like, does this make it different, right? I run like almost every single day, like maybe 5 or 6 times a week, and I just walk and run, and comparing to before, the reason why I was slower, a few years ago, because I only practice during weekends, right? And like, yeah, that's probably not enough if you think about it, man. Like track runners, they probably practice like every single day, and that's why they're getting faster, right? Yeah, because I've been running like every day. I mean, that's why I run so much faster than compared before, because I didn't realize that if you practice more, if you run more, then you're probably gonna get faster, right? I didn't realize that. Like, I was wondering like why I was so much faster back in middle school, comparing to like a couple years later. Then I slowed down, right? It's the it's a matter of practicing and how much work and effort you put into it, right? It's the practice, right? And for like I probably been building up my aerobic exercise, right? So I just build up endurance, right? So instead of like running 1 mile, start running like like 5K, 10K, and then 10 miles, and soon I start going over 10 miles, right? Yes, and like keeping track of my pace and stuff, right? Yeah, and that's how you run longer, right? I mean, running long distance is very different comparing when you're running a much shorter distance, right? Yeah, because short distance, you just have need lots of fast twitch muscle. You only run like maybe a couple miles, and then you're just all weared out, right? Whereas if you build your slow twitch muscle and if you hold your pace, then you're probably gonna run like, if you were like training, like half marathons, or I'm talking about, marathons, or even 5 miles is already considered as long distance, right? Yeah, I've been practicing like all of that, right? So I just realized that that you just cannot run for like 1 or 2 days a week. You have to run like almost every single day if you want to get fast, right? Just like if you want to go work out gym stuff, you just want to be all big and bulky, and if you want to be really good at it, you just have to practice every single day, right? And you'll see like how much progress you will improve, right? I mean, that's just reality, right? This is what I see now, man. Like, I visualize this. And also, there's tip number 5 of, there's a secret way. There's a secret way that how do you run like a lot longer, or cutting or shaving off seconds, even for running both short or long distance, is probably because of dieting, right? That I was nearly 20 pounds heavier, comparing before, and then all of a sudden, like I'm like down to like 150 something. I'm like 157 to 158, currently as I record this video. I might be a little heavier or a little lighter, but I think before, like 5 years ago, like I was probably, yeah, always maybe about the same height, like weight 170 to 175. I have no idea. Like I was almost 180, the 5 years ago, and that's why I was so slow, right? most track runners, you know, like they always look thin and all stuff, right? I mean, if you look thin already and if you already look fast, then you're probably not gonna gain too much of a progress in running, right? But for me, because I've been shredding all my fats and now all I have is just muscles, you know, then that's why I get much faster, right? You don't ever see like a big, you know, strong, you know, muscular man, you know, with weight tons of weight, and you don't ever see like an obese person running like this fast for long distance, right? They'll probably get tired out and they'll probably, you know, like pass out very quickly, right? Yeah, because I see now obese people, they just struggle to walk, right? Just even a block. That's why I heard. That's why I study from, you know, from education, right? From school. If you're an obese person, then you're probably gonna get passed out, you know, even walking just a block. But people been shredding weights on stuff, then you can probably like walk or run a little longer or way longer, you know, depending on like how much weight you lost, right? Yes, weight does make a big factor role when it comes to running, right? I mean, you hardly see any like heavy runners, you know, like having a very good time, right? I mean, it just depends on you. I mean, if you have, you know, lots of slim muscles, then you probably can run a little longer too, right? And also, like what's been inspiring me to do in running, right? I tell you like what inspired me. I think it's the I don't know what's this, you know, person's name, but I'm probably gonna mention on YouTube because he is trying to break the 2-hour marathon before 2020, you know, comes, right? So 2-hour marathon, you know, the 2-hour marathon, you know. Yeah, so I'm just searching up like what's his name of the, oh yeah, this Eliud Guruj, you know, like I think this guy like, you know, probably inspired me to like run, you know, long distance, right? And this guy is trying to break a 2-hour marathon. So, you know, in these, you know, like 1 hour and 59 minutes, I'm like that's really fast, and I probably cannot do it. It probably takes me at least, you know, 3 or 4 hours, at least 3 hours just to finish a marathon, right? Yeah, because Eliud Guruj, I don't know if I say this guy, his name correctly, but this guy, you know, he's probably a very good, you know, inspiration when it comes to running, right? If he breaks the 2-hour marathon, like, oh my god, like he's gonna, like that person's gonna be like so famous on like YouTube, and they're gonna spread news everywhere. He'll be extremely, you know, like famous for breaking a 2-hour marathon, but he hasn't done it yet. He has not, but he almost did. I think his fastest like marathon time was like 2 hours 1 minute and 39 seconds. I'm looking him up right now, and yeah, I think the fastest time he ever got was like, you know, yeah, he did run 40Ks in like under like 2 hours, but not the yeah, but not like but not under like 2 hours for marathon, right? Because marathon's a little more than, you know, 40K, right? Yes, the in these, I don't know how to say this challenge correctly, is NINEOS, right? The 159 challenge, like Mission Impossible, but I think he can do it if he just puts his mind to it and don't make a mistake, right? Yes, and so that's all I have to say, and let's make a timeline of like how fast did I, you know, run, you know, comparing for like, you wonder like how much longer did I then increase my endurance, right? I increased my endurance in 4 years and just 5 years, right? Even though, you know, I did, you know, even though I was very healthy, you know, a few years ago, but now I got even healthier and became smarter, and that's how, you know, I increased my running endurance by like 4 times as much, right? So let's get this explanation down and let's see the timeline. So I think I'd rather go with my mile time, and I'll show you my running list for 1 mile, 2 miles, 3 miles, and so on, right? So I'm just trying to like organize like how fast I run as a timer. This video might be long because I'm just typing out like time for mile time, or or running distance for like each year. Necessarily, I mean, I didn't. Okay, so total of 6 years, 2014 to 2019. If you count from beginning 2014 to 2019, right? So in 2014, like my mile time wasn't like any faster than like 6 minutes, right? According to like my calculated pace, right? Yeah, and you know what school I came from? Like Irvington High School, right? Vince, why are you mentioning Irvington High School? Let me explain you, because they make you run booms and stuff when you're a freshman or a sophomore, right? Freshman is like the 1.25 mile for the freshman boom, and for the sophomore boom, it's just 1.5 miles to be exact, right? Or it could be a little under, maybe 1.49 miles, right? And I didn't have the confidence, like according to my running, like during PE in my sophomore year, I thought I'll never break a 9-minute boom. I mean, that has been my biggest goal, like when it comes to running, or when I run in high school, right? Even when I ran people and stuff, but I try so hard, like I never got past 9 minutes. I always get like 9:30, 9:40, or even 10 minutes, right? But then I did beat the 10 minutes, which is very good because it's under like a 2-minute digit boom time, and I only got close to like maybe like 9:10, 9:09 during high school, but I never got like 8 minutes. I never. But ever since I've been building confidence, ever since I've been running faster, like all of a sudden, like 2017, 2018, I probably got an 8-minute boom, right? Well, I did get 8-minute boom, in 2018, right? Like an 8:50 finally, right? So I just call it, so on the title right here, here's the year, this, column is the year, and this row is like the running distance, right? And then I'm just calculating, my average pace as well, right? Sometimes I might have to look back to my Garmin thing, because I know Excel, can calculate pace, but I'm too lazy to do that. I just want to do it quick just for you YouTubers, because I do not want to drag this video so long, but I got a feeling that you want to hear this story of me, of this long story saying that how do I run 4 times longer in just 5 years, right? Yes, sorry, like, you have to log into my Garmin thing, I keep track of all my records. I never want to delete them because I just want to see like how much progress I improve, right? So yeah, so 1.5 miles in 2014. Did I ran in 2015? I mean, I never ran 2015, but I can estimate. So in 2014, my best, like sophomore boom time was no fast 9:40, so I put as 9:45, right? And then then right next to it, I calculate the pace, right? Here's the pace. So the pace will be like 6/30, right? 6:30, right? This is how I improve over time. So I just go based on my sophomore boom, right? I mean, I can record from 2013 2012 if I want to, but nah. And then in 2015, I probably get around like like 9:30, I think, or maybe not, no faster, right? So I just put it as like an NA, right? Yeah, yeah, I mean, I didn't run the sophomore boom, so I just put NA in 2016, probably around like maybe 20, 9:30, right? As in, because I was 180 pounds, in 2016, so it'll be like probably around 9:30, and probably average around, like a 20 pace. Now, let me take that back, because I did maybe a little faster, maybe 9:25, so 925 pace, right? And then how fast will it be? So 620 pace would be like yeah, that would be like a 17 pace, right? Okay, in 2017, how fast did I run, the 1.5 miles, right? I did run 1.5 miles in 2017, but I did run the boom in Irvington, so I'm recording it as, like maybe 50, right? I get probably around like 850s, like in 2017. That's when I start breaking, the 9-minute thing starting 2017. I'm sorry, it wasn't that 2018. So 850. How fast is that? See, so 10 divided by like 1.5, so that's about like 5-minute pace. Like 52, 553 pace. Right, so yeah, somewhere around there. So I'm very good calculating. I did need a calculator. So in 2018, what was my fastest sophomore boom time in 2018? Yeah, I did run that, and I remember I posted a video about it. So it's like 827. 827 was my fastest, like 2018, sophomore boom time. So oh, I can go to like calculate pace.com. Pace per mile. Yeah, I just want to make sure I calculate exactly correctly because I don't want to get this like, calculating the wrong pace. So warning is that it does take a lots of time. 27, 1.5 miles and calculate pace. So 538. 553, that's correct, and 25. I'm calculating my previous one. Calculate pace. 616. Okay, so it's not 617 but 616. And then I never ran a 1.5 mile, but I ran only like 3Ks and maybe like 10K, but I can estimate like how fast I run software from 2019, even though I never attend, but it should be faster in 2018 because I'm getting a little faster every year. So yeah, it's not quite 7 minutes, but it should be around like 8, like 15, right? And that will give me a 530 pace. Wow. So here is the 5K run, right? So I never attempt to the run of I never ran a 5K in 2014, so I just just leave it blank, right? 2015, same thing, leave it blank. 2016, I think I get around like maybe 640 pace. So I did ran like I remember how fast I ran. So 640 and 5 kilometer, calculate time. So I ran about like 20, like 43 in 2016, right? For my 5K run, right? In 2017, NA, and 2018, how fast do I think I run, right? I think the average pace was like, I think it was like 19 something. I doubtedly that I think I get around like maybe a 609 pace, right? So change it to 609 and calculate my time. So it was like maybe 1906. 1906 for 609 pace, and in 2019, so I recently ran an 1840. 41, in 2019, so my 5K average pace will be 602, right? So I put pace, right? Yep, and so yeah, so and also I did run, you know, like 4 miles, right? Call it the 4 miles. 4 miles. No attempt in 2014, no attempt 2015 or 16, but 2017, you know, like I averaged around like, you know, a 6:30 pace. So in 2017, I ran like 26:06. That's how fast, you know, like I ran, you know, in. Why does it like based on, you know, time? I'm just typing like minutes, right? So 26 point, you know, 30 minutes. Yeah, too lazy, you know, use Microsoft Excel right now. This Excel, so I don't know why it does like that. Yeah, maybe I have to change this format. 26/30 point. Maybe that'll make it. Wow, still doesn't accept it. Okay, maybe I just type it like that. So 26.30 minutes, and how fast I ran in 2018. I think I never know my time, but I can just, you know, typically estimate. But I know that in 2019, you know, like that based on my 5K, you know, I should run, you know, 4 miles in maybe 35. See? So I get like about maybe a couple minutes faster, right? Because from 2017 to 2019, I increased my running endurance by like 1.5 times, right? So the 4 mile, you know, became like a 6 mile now, right? So it'll be 24/35 minutes. And in 2018, maybe it gets around like 25:30. Just estimate, right? Yeah, because I remember I did get 26 minutes, you know, back in like 2018, but then I'm pretty sure a lot faster, but I just never attempt. So I just assume that I'm a whole minute faster, right? So it'll be like maybe a 6:15 pace, and well, then maybe as right now, maybe it'll be like a 6:08 pace. 26 minutes. I'm pretty sure that, yeah, it's not 6:15 pace for 20. Yeah, it'll be more like a 6:22 pace. So yeah, so far so good, right? I just go over as, you know, for longer distance, right? Okay, so for this, I'm putting maybe like not 5 miles, but I never do a 5 miles attempt in 2018, but I did, you know, run a 10K. Here's my 10K run for 2008, for 2000, you know, 18, 2019. So for 10K, I get like 41, you know, 11, right? Just to be exact. I'm not sure, man, but 41/11 minutes. And for my 10K that I just ran recently, I get around like a, you know, like 40. I get like, I forgot like how fast I ran in, you know, 10K, 40/10. So I almost sub a 40-minute, you know, 10K run. I almost sub 40 minutes. Like literally yesterday, right? Or the 2 days ago, right? 2 days ago, I did run 10K 40/10, and I ran like nearly a whole minute faster. That is insane, man. That's insane. So yeah, I did get 40/10. Just want to make sure I can just check back. I'm just, this video is long because I do lots of checking and calculating, you know, speed and all stuff for over timeline stuff. Just to show you that I am telling the truth, and I did, you know, increase my range, but so here's the 6 mile, 410, 618 pace. You'll see what I'm talking about, man. Oh, sorry, man. Like, yeah, this camera, the bottom hold of this camera just broke, so that's why this camera's in balance, and it just can, just fall over, right? So I'm looking for my 10K, I did run 10 kilometers, last year, right? Yeah, I remember I did. Oh, I can't find it. Oh, there it is. 622 miles, 455. 4055. It wasn't 411, but it was 4055. So average, so I'm just typing, average pace will be like 635, and here will be like 628. So I noticed that 10K is 6.2 miles, right? And in 2014, I ran, 1.5 miles at a 945 pace, right? At 630 pace, right? So I've been running like a 630 pace for 6 miles, but 5 years ago I only did for barely 1.5 miles, right? Now, 5 years later, it's becoming over 6 miles, right? That's insane. So yeah, if you calculate a 628 pace, so this is something I noticed. If you calculate, so let's say that you run a 628 pace, right? And let's say you run for 10 kilometer, and of course you're gonna get a 40-10, right? But however, if you type in a 1.5 and don't touch the pace and calculate time, then oh, never mind, changes to mile. Silly me. So if I ran the software boom using only a fourth of my stamina, then I run a 942, software boom, comparing to like trying 100% hard and feeling no confidence, back in 2014. Like, I try my best and that's all I can get. No faster than 945. But now I only use a quarter of my, stamina according to the 40-10, 10K pace, and a 628 pace for like 1.5 miles will give you a 942. I'm like, holy God, like, you're still faster than yourself and you only use like a quarter of your stamina. I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about, man. Just beating, my fastest, like possible time 2014 by like 3 seconds. Only using 25% of my, running stamina, right? Didn't even need to try hard. I didn't even need to use 50%. I didn't even use 30%. I just have to use at least minimal 25%, and I beat myself by 3 seconds. And plus I was racing with other PE, students, right? And it was a boom challenge too, so I was insane run fast, but not feeling confident. That's why my times really suck, right? Now you see a gigantic difference, right? So instead of running 630 pace for 1.5 mile, now I can last for like 6 mile plus. Ooh, that is 4 times much. But tomorrow I'll be running, the 20K, so now let's put in 10 miles. 10 miles, yeah, fastest 10 miles, in 2018 was 69, like probably like 20, was it like 69 minutes? Pretty sure I get like 69 something, and yeah, on September 13th is the first time I have run under 70 minutes for 10 miles. So it was like 69, 20, minutes, right? That's the first time, like 24. So it's 656, that's 56, pace. And then, and then I did show you a video of like me running 10 miles in under 70 minutes. So my fastest, 10 miles was like 63:53 minutes or 1 hour, 8 seconds. So It's more like a 53 pace. And then, you know, now let's get into the 15 mile, right? Yeah, because from 2018, I'm start running like 10 miles and plus now, you know, holding the pace. Right, I did run over 10 miles, you know, back in 2016, 2016, but I wasn't like keeping track of my pace, so I run like very slow, like 8 or 9 minutes per mile. So here comes the 15 miles. So for the 15 miles, you know, like it's pretty much the same in 2018, 2019, but I got a feeling by in 2019, if I attempt to run 15 miles, it's gonna be faster than 2018 as a guarantee. So 1 hour 49, so that's 16. That was like my 15 miles for one, and the average pace will be, you know, 7/17. That's when, you know, I, you know, overworked my muscle and I collapsed the ground. Good thing I didn't go to the hospital, man, but it was so crazy because I just want to break 110 minutes, you know, for 15 miles. Like, that's what I really get, right? I only have 12 minutes record, so what I got this year. So this year, you know, it was like a little bit slower, but thing is that I feel less tired and didn't go all the way because I didn't want to ruin my muscle stuff. And I haven't run 15 miles for like a long time, so yeah, it's 6 seconds slower. The pace is like 7:17. Right, so for like 15 miles, right? But in 2015 stuff, I think I can run like a 7:17 pace for maybe only like maximum of like 3.1 mile only for 5K. But now, you know, it became like 15 miles, so that's like possibly increasing my endurance for like this pace for like 5 times as much. 3 miles to like 5 miles to 15 miles. And then, you know, we going into the 20 miles, right? And then, you know, of course, you know, I record the 40 miles, like 40 insane miles. But now I don't want to do it. For 20 miles, right? Thing is that, yeah, I'm just, you know, I don't train that much of long distance. I don't run 20 miles that often, so. But I remember that my best 20 mile was, you know, 2 hours, you know. 2 hours and yeah, I was remember it was like 150. So I'll look it up right now. I remember that I did run a 2 hour, you know, 20, so 2 hour 33 and 44 minutes, 44 seconds. And then this year I did ran, you know, yeah, I remember in like in April something he did ran like 20 miles at a 7:59 pace. Where is that? Oh, right here. 2:39, 35. And that gives you average pace of like, you know, 7, so that's 59, and this one is 7/41. Never really, you know, into like running 20 miles, but now I'm into it because it's like fall now, and this is where I start getting a lot faster, right? This is just average, you know, mile pace, right? So I can probably run like a 7:41 minute, you know, pace back in like 2014 for maybe 5 miles at most, but now, you know, I have extended to 20 miles, right? So yeah, because I don't run like 30 or 40 miles that often, so why do I need to record it? Like, and nobody even cares anyway. Like, after 20 miles, like running gets so boring and all stuff, but and then you start fading out and stuff. So yeah, so I'm still, you know, by the end of this year, you know, all that crazy time that I got, you know, in 2019, I'm probably gonna mention on YouTube, probably share it to all of you guys, just to see that you have no idea how fast I run for long distance, just to see, no idea, right? So of course, you know, like the 6:30 pace or the 6-minute pace for like, you know, just 1 or 2 miles, you know, it's a little bit faster than, you know, 10 miles, right? Yeah, because for 10 miles, that's the first time ever I run under a 7-minute pace, right? But oh yeah, my goodness, I almost forgot, like, yeah, I get around like 80, I get around like, yeah, I did run 10 miles in 2015, but it was like almost 90 minutes, so let me look back just to make sure, because yeah, I absolutely did remember I ran in 2015 the 10 miles, right? Yeah, I just probably forgot the time and I probably deleted by accident, so it was like maybe 88 point, you know, 45, you know, minutes. Yeah, I remember that I did ran like 20 minutes slower, you know, that compared to like right now. So yeah, because I was very heavy, so if you run like running a nearly a 9-minute pace for 10 miles and then you shred down 6 minutes, that's like 4 times better, right? Of course, man, because if you run like a 7-minute mile, then you should run maybe 9-minute mile for like at least 4 times long, because, you know, because when you quadruple this, then you lose about maybe 20% of your speed. So losing 20% of your speed for a 7-minute pace will be, yeah, close to 9 minutes, right? Makes a whole lot of sense. So 88:45, that's my estimate. That's my estimate time for you know, my 10-mile run back in 2015 when I'm trying to attempt a 16-mile challenge. So 8:50, yeah, put like maybe an 8:53 pace. Yeah, I did run 10 miles in 2015, but not 2014 nor 2016. I never ran 10 miles in 2014, to be honest. Nah, right? So here is my pace. So crazy, right? So crazy. Yeah, because this is me when I was like almost 190 pounds. Still can run 10 miles like within, you know, 1.5 hours, but losing 40 pounds, look what got me this result. Boom. 6:50 pace. Like losing 2 minutes per mile, like saving like nearly 20 minutes of my running time. Wow. And then yeah, I did run 20 miles, you know, back in, you know, like in 2015 too, right? I think I fainted it and I couldn't even walk anymore. So let's see how long it took me to run, you know, like, so again, like maybe around like 3:30. I never really time myself, but I get around like 3 hours and 30 minutes, you know, 3 hours and 30 minutes for 20 miles. Yeah, because without practicing and weighing at 180 pounds, you know, for 20-mile run, then yeah, my average pace was no faster than 10 minutes, right? I mean, I have never got under 8 minutes before, you know, for 20 miles, but yeah, for both this year and 2018, like I run like a 7-minute, like a 7:50, 7:40 pace for 20 miles. So wow. Okay. Yeah, gotta change to 20. So here's how you calculate. This is me in 2015 attempting 20 miles, so my pace really sucks, right? Yeah, so like, yeah, around like a 10:30 pace. Yeah, that's super slow, but then you're running long distance, right? Of course, many of you can beat a 10:30 pace, right? But when it gets like 7 or 8 minutes, then you're kind of like iffy if you cannot beat that pace. So you want to look at my running history, right? Yeah, so in 2014, 2015, I can run, you know, 4 times longer pace, but 2017 to like now is only maybe 1.5 times as much, right? same 630 pace for like 4 miles, and this is like in 2017, and as of, you know, like, see, so this is, you know, labeled as 6 miles, and here's that, right? Now before we end this video, you want me to go over my timeline of my mile time, right? Of my real mile time, not cheated mile time. Because if I cheated and you hit a dislike video, so of course I don't want to cheat, man. I like to do things the legit way. So here is, you know, let's type in 1 mile. So how fast I ran 1 mile in 2015? So every year I get about like exactly about 10 to like 15 seconds faster, right? So in 2015 I ran maybe a 5, you know, 55. So my fastest mile in 2015 was like 5:55, right? In 2016 I get around like maybe 5:40. Yeah, maybe get around like 5:48. I put 5:48. And then in 2017 get like 5, yeah, a little slower than 5:30, so I'll put 5, you know, 31. 2018 5, you know, 19, and 2019 is 5, you know. So each mile time that I record is the end of, including the entire year. So 2019 is not gonna be another 10 seconds faster, but I estimate that I will get maybe a 5:09. Okay, that is estimate. So by the end of 2019, my estimate mile time will be like, yeah, I call it maybe 5:10. Right? So yeah, that's just an estimate. Yeah, everything else is just, you know, realistic, and me, like, you know, according to Garage, some of them are guess, but the one I'm not really sure, the one that I have not even reached there yet, like yeah, then if I haven't reached there, or if I'm estimating from the future, then any time or pace estimate from future, I just put down as estimate, right? So that's all I got for this video. 50 minutes long, right? Because I have to jot down all this running information, you know, every single year, and see how much progress I improve, right? So yeah, that's all I have to say. So I gotta peace out here, you know, take a screenshot of my, you know, of my mile time, or, you know, or 2 miles, you know, over a period of time, and peace out.